Major funding for NJN News is provided by PSE&G, serving customers, strengthening the business community, and investing in New Jersey's future. Wachovia, uncommon wisdom for shared success. The New York Shipping Association, the men and women of the Port of New York and New Jersey, delivering more goods to more places, online at deliveringprosperity.com. Verizon, communications solutions designed for the people and businesses of New Jersey. And by the New Jersey Education Association, working for great public schools for every child.
OnEstabrook has quit the Republican U.S. Senate race, citing health reasons. The Monmouth County businesswoman says she had a mini stroke on Monday and is reluctantly dropping out. That leaves two other Republicans, Murray Sabrin and Joe Panaccio, competing for the nomination, and an opportunity for someone new to jump in. Senior political correspondent Michael Aaron reports.
In a written statement, OnEstabrook said she was leaving the race with a heavy heart and great sadness. She went on to explain, "On Monday morning, I noticed in the mirror that the left side of my face was drooping slightly and that I was losing control of my left arm. Some of you may know these are the early symptoms of a possible stroke." Doctors diagnosed a mini stroke that day, and Estabrook notified supporters last night she was leaving the race. Her statement said, "Make no mistake, until Monday, I was ready to fight for the Republican nomination and the chance to defeat Frank Lautenberg. I have never backed down from a fight, and I am convinced we would have been successful." Republican State Chairman Tom Wilson said he's sad for the 63-year-old former chairwoman of the New Jersey State Chamber of Commerce.
I talked to her last night. I think it was real hard for her. It was easy from the perspective that you have to put your health and well-being first, but you know, Ann was in this race for the right reasons, and I think now she's gotten out for what we would all agree is a very good reason, and that's to take care of herself.
Her rivals, State Senator Joe Panaccio and Ramapo College professor Murray Sabrin, issued sympathetic statements. Panaccio called her civil, respectful, admirable, and said she has always served New Jersey well. Sabrin wished her the best of health and said he looks forward to debating Panaccio.
Today, I announce my candidacy for the U.S. Senate in 2008.
Estabrook was running on her background as CEO of a large family real estate business, but it was her first run for office, and that showed sometimes. Last week, a video on YouTube captured her struggling to remember her position on a gun control issue. She backed out of an appearance with her rivals on NJN's On the Record program last weekend, and she lost the Union County Convention Saturday to Panaccio, the county where her business has been for many years. Seton Hall political science professor Joe Marbach says it was clear she was facing a steep learning curve.
This may have all been leading up to a candidate who was losing some of the desire to run, and then with the health issue, that may have been the icing on the cake.
I don't think that any of that, frankly, factored at all into her decision. As I said, you know, I've spoken to some of her campaign staff as well as to her, and they were girding in for, you know, a long primary campaign all the way to June.
A moderate, Estabrook had personal money to campaign on and the backing of more party leaders than her more conservative rivals.
Ostensibly, she was the front runner. Now I think it's really wide open, and will a third candidate jump in, seeing an opportunity?
Party Chairman Wilson says if someone else wants to run, he or she should decide sooner rather than later.
There are going to be people who are going to start to make commitments to the other candidates. So if if somebody's thinking about moving, they probably have, you know, a very short window, I would say, you know, probably this weekend at best to make a decision.
Michael Aaron, NJN News.